My name is Darlene. I'm 68 years old. I used to work as a librarian, but now I'm retired. I live alone in a quiet apartment. My husband, George, died 5 years ago. We were married for many years. I have one daughter. Her name is Jasmine. She's 38 years old. Jasmine lives in another country because of her job. She's a music teacher. We don't see each other much. I miss her every day. I was sitting in my favorite chair. I was looking at my tablet on the table. I had not heard from Jasmine for some time. She used to send me many messages, but now it was only sometimes. I knew she was busy, but I still hoped to see her name on the screen. I remembered when she was a little girl and drew pictures for me. Now she's an adult and has her own busy life. Suddenly, I saw a message on the screen. It was Jasmine. My hands shook a little because I was excited. I reached for the tablet, but I accidentally hit my tea mug. The mug fell over and tea spilled on the tablet. The screen turned off. I quickly wiped the tablet, but it didn't turn back on. I pressed the power button many times. Nothing happened. The message from Jasmine was gone. I sighed. I hope you send it again, I said to the quiet room. I sat there for a long time, looking at the dark screen. I felt very sad. I sent a text to Jasmine. I saw you tried to call. My tablet broke. Please try again. I want to hear your voice. I waited all evening. I kept looking at the dark screen, but nothing came. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking, what did she want to tell me? In the morning I felt tired. My head hurt. I looked at the tablet. It was still black. I didn't feel like eating. Then my landline phone rang. I ran to answer it, but it was not Jasmine. A man said, "Is this Darlene Davis?" I said, "Yes." "Who is this?" He spoke slowly. "I'm calling from the city police department. I'm very sorry, madam. Your daughter Jasmine was in a car accident last night." The world stopped. I couldn't say anything. Then he said, "She didn't survive. We did everything we could." I dropped the phone. Everything went quiet. I sat on the floor and cried. "No, not Jasmine," I whispered. I remembered the message I had missed. She had tried to call me. Now I would never know what she wanted to say. I picked up my broken tablet. The last thing I saw on it was her name. The call had come just minutes before the accident. Later, I found one last voicemail from Jasmine on my home phone. "Hi, Mom. I have some news for you." Then it stopped. That was all. The rest of her message was gone. I held the phone close to my heart. I closed my eyes. There was no one left to call me Mom. I felt completely alone. I wished I had answered that one call. A week passed, but it felt like time had stopped. One afternoon, I went to my storage closet to look for something. I didn't know why, but I felt I needed to go to the storage closet. Maybe I just wanted to feel close to Jasmine. The closet was small and full of old things. I moved some dusty boxes. Then I saw a small wooden box. On top, there was a note. It said, "To my wonderful Mom, please don't open until I'm gone." My heart beat fast. I carefully opened the box. Inside, there was a letter. Jasmine had written it a long time ago. "My dearest Mom," the letter said, "if you are reading this, I'm not with you anymore. But please don't be sad. Don't cry too much. I love you more than words can say. You were my biggest inspiration. You worked so hard for me." She wrote, "You always gave me what I needed. You worked 2 jobs so I could have music supplies and go to college. You never complained, even when you were tired. I saw all of it, even when I was too young to say thank you. I'm sorry for the times I didn't call," she added. "I was busy, but I always thought about you. I never forgot how you helped me practice the piano late at night. You were my first and best teacher. I wanted to be strong, but I was always your little girl. If I die young, I want you to know this. You were the best mother any daughter could ever ask for. I will always love you, no matter where I am." Tears ran down my face. The paper got wet. I held the letter close to my heart. "You remembered everything, Jasmine," I whispered. The letter felt like her last goodbye, a final message from her heart to mine. I was still very sad, but the pain felt a little lighter. I didn't feel guilty anymore about missing her call. Now I knew she loved me. She had always been my little girl. The days after the funeral were full of sadness. No one called to ask, "Mom, did you eat today?" I missed her laugh. I missed her surprise visits. But after I read Jasmine's letter, I started to feel more calm. I learned something. Love doesn't stop after death. Her love was still with me, in her words, in my memories, and in quiet moments. Months went by. I still missed her every moment, and I always would. but I started to live again. I went for short walks. I smiled now and then. People thought I had moved on, but I knew the truth. I hadn't moved on. I just learned to carry her with me. One afternoon, I was sitting in my living room. Then the landline phone rang. It hadn't rung in months. My heart started to beat fast. "Jasmine," I whispered. The phone was in the hallway. I stood up quickly, but my foot caught on the rug. I lost my balance and fell. My head hit the coffee table. The phone kept ringing, but I couldn't move. As I lay on the floor, breathing slowly, I looked at a picture of Jasmine on the wall. In my mind, I heard her soft voice. "Mom." I smiled. My hand, which had been reaching for the phone, slowly stopped moving. The phone stopped ringing. It was a missed call from a number I didn't know. I never got up again. That evening, a friend named Robert came to visit. He brought dinner for me. He knocked on the door, but no one answered. The window was still open, but I was already gone. The doctors said I died from natural causes, but people who knew me said it was because of a broken heart. They believed I missed Jasmine too much. I had no reason to stay anymore. Maybe that phone call was not just a call. Maybe it was Jasmine calling me one last time. And this time I answered. Darlene didn't die because she was old. She died because her love was too big. Her heart couldn't carry the sadness anymore. Somewhere in a quiet place, a mother and daughter found each other again. No more missed calls, just a warm hug that never